Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Samir and I'm delighted to be here with you today on behalf of Oxbridge X. So we specialise in preparing students for the 11 plus exam, helping them build their confidence and master the skills they need to excel. So with years of experience in 11 plus students, I've helped countless children succeed in their entrance exams. I'm really excited to be here with you today to go through some tricky 11 plus questions. This is one of many episodes in a regular live stream where we tackle challenging questions that come up in 11 plus exams and provide expert strategies and answer your questions live. So if you're preparing for 11 plus or you're simply just a parent looking to support your child, you've come to the right place. So in today's session, we're going to be breaking down some tricky questions surrounding maths and having a look at how to tackle them. So I'll be walking you through each question step by step, showing you some common pitfalls and the best strategies to tackle them. So make sure you please stay until the end. If you have any questions, please do comment, and I'll be sharing a great opportunity for free 11 plus assessments and personalized tutoring sessions, which I will talk about towards the end of the live session. So I'm just going to share my screen with everybody. Right. Hopefully you guys can see my screen. So the first question that we've got is work out the number with the following clues. It is a whole number, it is less than 100, it is a square number, it is one less than a multiple of 5. 16 is a factor of this number. So this question often comes up in 11 plus exams where you kind of have to use trial and error to try and figure out what the question is. Now, what I'm going to do is give you guys a couple seconds to try and figure out how to break this down, and then I will come back and tell you how I would have tackled this question. So just a couple, maybe I'll give you 1 minute or so. So if anyone has any
Hi, glad to meet you.
If anyone has any
I think we're going to do great work together.
If anyone has any idea, if anyone has any ideas of how to tackle this question, please leave a comment down below. Right. Right, I am going to intervene now. So the way that I like to do this is just trial and error. So it's a square number. So I'm trying to think of how many square numbers do I know. So I have 40, so I have 1 is not a square number. I have 4, I have 3 times 2, which is 9, and then I have 4 times 4, which is 16. I'm going to keep going. I've got 5 times 5, which is 25, 6 times 6, which is 36, 7 times 7, which is 49, 8 times 8, which is 64, and 9 times 9, which is 21, 10 times 10, which is 100. Now I've stopped there because it has said to me that it's 1 less than 100. Now it's a square number, so all of these are square numbers, so I've ticked that, so I can't eliminate anything just yet. It's a whole number, I have whole numbers present. Can you see how I'm going strategically step by step? It says it's 1 less than a multiple of 5. So 1 less than 1 is 0, that's not a multiple of 5. 1 less than 4 is 3, which is not a multiple of 5. 1 less than 9 is 8, which is not a multiple of 5. 1 less than 16 is 15, which is a multiple of 5, so I'm not going to eliminate that one. 1 less than 25 is 24, which is not a multiple of 5. 1 less than 36 is 35, which is a multiple of 5. So I'm going to keep 36 there. 49, 1 less is 48, so not a multiple of 5. 63, not a multiple of 5. 80 is a multiple of 5. And then 100 isn't. The next clue that I have is that it is 16 as a factor of this number. Is 16 a factor of 16? Does anyone want to tell me in the comments, is it a factor of 16? And in the comments tell me, what is a factor, and is it a factor of 16? Is it a factor of 16? Okay, so 16 is in fact not a factor of 16. Why is that? Why is it not a factor of 16? Does anyone tell me? Because 16 minus 16 is not a factor of 16, right? So 16 I can cancel out. 36 is 36. Sorry, beg your pardon. I've actually mistaken myself. 16 is a factor of 16 because what are the multiples that make 16? Well, 16 and 1 is a factors, 2 and 8 are factors. So it's factors essentially anything that is divisible by the number itself. So 16 is a factor of 16. Sorry, I read that wrong. 36, is 36 a factor of 16? No, because 36 divided by 16 does not give me a whole number, it's 2.25. Is 81 a factor of 16? No, because 81 divided by 16 again doesn't give me a whole number, it gives me a number with decimal numbers. So the answer actually just has to be 16. Sorry for that mishap, but hopefully that makes sense that is why 16 is the correct answer, because it goes through each of the steps in the criteria. Right, next question. So what is the large number of blue shoes that can be fit in the green given brown cake? I love these types of questions. It's like, for example, if I have a big wall that is measured, I don't know, 50 by 40, and it's like asking me how many stickers can fit into that wall. Well, in order to do that, I need to know the area, so the surrounding area that can actually go inside, and the area of the stickers that I have, and how many can fit in, right? In this case, because I'm given crates and I'm trying to figure out how many can fit inside, I'm working out the volume. And now what is the volume equation? It is base times height times base times height times length, right? So if you want to, that's something that you do need to know for the LMPS exam. So the formula for volume and the formula for area is quite different. And also the units is really, really important. So in order to work out this question, I need to know, right, what is the volume of brown cake? What's the capacity it can hold? And what's the capacity for the blue crate? Right? If I look at the brown crate, right, I have 1 meter, 3 meters, and 2 meters. So 1 times by 3 times by 2 is 6 meters. Essentially, the volume is 6 meters. It can fit about 6 meters inside. So I'm going to write that down. Now, what do I notice here? It's different to units of measure. So what I do need to make sure is that the units of measure are the same, right? So I can be able to compare it. Now 6 meters in centimeters is 600 centimeters, if you times by 100, right? So I don't necessarily need to change everything here into meters because I'll make my life a bit longer, but I can change 6 meters into centimeters to know what I'm working with. So 15, now to work out the volume for this one, 15 times 30 times 20. So 15 times by 30 is 450, and 450 times by 20 is 9,000. Excellent. Now, 9,000 centimeters into meters is going to be 9,000 divided by 100, which is 90 meters. Perfect. So essentially what I've worked out is that the largest volume that can go to is 90 meters. Right. Hopefully everyone got that question. But yeah, as you can tell, all I've done is I've tried to figure out what the capacity is for the brown crate and what the capacity is for the blue crate and how much of the blue crate can fit into the brown crate. Hopefully that makes sense. It's amazing. When I multiply my favorite integer by 8, the answer is a square number. Is your favorite integer 18? No, my favorite integer is between 1 and 10. Amazing. Is 8 times 8 a square number? Like Jim said, show you're working out. Now, how do I work out if 8 by 8 is a square number? Well, what is 8 by 8? 64. when I'm looking at square numbers, I'm looking at the square root of something. Can 64 be a square root of something? Yes. What is it? 8. Nice and easy. Now, this question is simply about following the steps. It's really important that we just really do show working out. And to show you're working out whether or not something is a square number, you always work out the square root of it. So like I've just done here, 64 square root of 64 is 8. And I know that 8 times 8 is 64. Amazing. Right, next question. So Jeff lives in Bath. He works in an office in London. Jeff leaves home at Bath at 7:10 a.m. He catches a train in Bath at 7:35 a.m. The train takes 1 hour and 35 minutes to get to London. It then takes 40 minutes to get Jeff to his office. So the train takes 1 hour and 35 minutes to get to London. Okay, and he's gone from 7:35 and it takes 1 hour and 35. So the first thing I'm going to do is, if he's going to catch the train from Bath at 7:35, okay, and it takes 1 hour and 35 minutes, well, what time does he get into London? He gets into London at 9:10. And what I've done is I've gone, okay, 1 hour is 8:35. 8:35, it's adding on 35 minutes would be 9:10. Amazing. Then it says 40 minutes, so Jeff's got quite a long journey. So from 9:10, I think poor Jeff's got another 40-minute walk. So 9:10 plus 40 minutes is 9:50. So Jeff gets into his office at 9:50 a.m. Poor Jeff, he's probably had to wake up very early. Right, amazing. So question number 6, ordering. Write these numbers smallest to largest in the size of, just that's it, write the numbers in the order of size, start with smallest. Amazing. So what I'm looking is at the first unit. Right, smallest to largest. Well, all of them are 4 apart from this one. We've got the tens column is actually 0.3 here. So that's the first one, that's the smallest. Now I'm going to compare the second digit because the remaining that I have is the first digit is 4, so I can't compare that to the next digit. This is 0, this is 6, and this is 3. The next one must be 0.401. And then the next digit that's smaller, is it 6 or is it 3? This one. So then 4 must be the last one. Amazing. Now, this is where students get a bit confused when the value is different. Okay? So 75, what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert everything into decimal numbers. So 75%, I'm going to convert this to a number, that's 0.75. 7, 8, how can I convert them to a small number? Hopefully you should have been used to converting fractions to decimal numbers. You need to divide the numerator by the denominator. So 7 divided by 8, it doesn't go. So it goes 0. I have to add a drop of 0. 70 goes into 8, it goes in 8 times, remainder 6. 86 divided by 8 is 7. And then remainder 4. And then add the 0. 40 divided by 8 is 5. So 0.875. 0.25 is already in decimal number for me. Half, easy peasy, is obviously 0.5. 2 over 3, when you do work it out, it should be 0.6666. So now that I've got it all in decimal numbers, it's much easier to work with. So I know that the smallest is 0.25. So that's my smallest. The second smallest is 7. What's the second smallest? Second smallest is, which one? I've lost my chain of thought, guys. What's the smallest one next? 0.5. Excellent. Right, I'm back on 0.5. And the next one after that is 0.666, which was 2 over 3. And then the one after that was 75%. And the one after that was 7, 8. Amazing. Right, last but not least, final question. So there are 120 people at a party. 1/3 of the people who leave the party. Work out the number of people still at the party. So this one is about using fractions. Now, we did do a lesson on fractions. If you go back and look at the other YouTube videos, you should see the lesson on fractions. So 120 party, 1/3 of the people leave the party. So I need to essentially work out 1/3 of 120. And the way I go about doing that is simply dividing the denominator by the total. So 120 divided by 3 is 40. Now, I need to subtract that from the total. Now, what a lot of people do wrong, which is a misconception, is that they stop there thinking, yes, 1/3 of people, 120 is 40, so it must be 40. No, you're deducting the amount. So I know that 80 people are still at this party. Amazing. And that there concludes all the questions that we're going to go through today. Let me see if anyone has any questions, please do feel free now to take the time to jot anything down into the comment section. Hopefully today was productive for you. Like I said, some of these topics are very well-winded, so it does take a lot more time and a lot more explaining with the nitty-gritty and how to get and how to understand the different concepts, so like fractions, total, the volume, for example. So I hope you found this strategies helpful. It's really just about taking it step by step. But like I said, the word problems for 11 plus can be quite intricate, so it's really important that we take our time to understand the topics first and then have a look at the wording of the questions. So if you like to take the preparation further than just this YouTube live, Oxford is offering free 11 plus assessments for students. Now we also provide one-to-one tutoring where after each session, parents receive a detailed summary. Students get a quiz tailored to the topic covered, and then we create a personalized lesson plan to target key areas for improvement, leveraging sophisticated AI. So all very useful. It does differentiate from other tuition organizations because when you're preparing for 11 plus, what is paramount is that the feedback that you're getting is very tailored to you, so you know how to improve after each session. So to take the free assessment, which I really recommend you do, scan the QR code, please, and visit the URL on the screen as well. You can do so. And then take the assessment. I've done it myself. It takes 15 minutes. Yeah, and I also get some of my students to do it. And then from the free assessment, you'll be invited to take a free consultation where you can get a one-to-one with me or one of our other lovely tutors. And you can see what it's like. So if you have any tricky questions that you come across this as well during school or just in your preparation for 11 plus, please do submit that through the contact form on the website, and we can go through it next session. So please make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next session. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.